Hey folks, how y'all doing? It is I, your friendly neighborhood stately, and this is my city, Skylines City. Stand by, I'm getting an echo. Go away, echo. There we go. We're not going to play on this city. I figure I'll start a new one for the stream, because that's how I roll. But this is fun to look at while we wait a minute or two before we officially start the stream. How is everybody doing in the meantime? It's a little polluty. Actually, I have very little industry. What you see is pretty much what you get. I've been picking up expansions as they go on sale, so I have most of them now. I have Park Life and Nightlife and Mass Transit and Green Cities. And I've been having a lot of fun with Park Life, being the most recent one I picked up. I made myself a nature reserve. Phoenix, Noble, how you doing? Well, I have most of them now. The only major expansion that I don't have is Snowfall, which... It's not that I'm not that into it, but the Snowfall maps are always winter, and that seems a little irritating. Beyond the winter stuff, if you're not using a Snowfalls map, the only thing it adds is trams, and I have so many public transit options already. This is something I've been playing on for maybe a few weeks. I started over when I got the public transit expansion because, you know, it really changes the game a lot. Well, geez, these expansions can be picked up for $5 or $6 when they're on sale. There's a new one coming out next week, an Industries expansion. And I will probably pick that up, especially if I'm going to be streaming. You know, it's nice to have the newest expansions. But anyway, let's take a quick look at the overview here, just for funsies. This is the newest neighborhood that I built. And this is one of the Park Life parks. I'm not really very pleased with this park. It's kind of crowded. But way back here, I have a nature reserve that I do rather like. And I don't know, it probably looks pretty dark right now, but you get the idea. Anyways, for now, let's start something new. Just for the purpose of streaming. Where's the gun range? Noble. Oh, Noble. Okay, apparently quitting to main menu is not the same as quitting to desktop. Note to self, don't do that. Alright, game will be right back up, folks. Don't panic, there is no cause for alarm. The wings are not on fire. There we go. So my thinking here is that I'm going to keep the gameplay vanilla, but I'm not against cosmetic plugins. With one exception, once the city gets big enough, I might unlock all of the tiles. So I did a little bit of looking around before I started streaming, and I settled on the Cavern Coast map because it looks challenging. It's pretty rough terrain, and it should be interesting to build in. So let's go ahead and get a game going. Yeah, well, traffic management is kind of the biggest challenge in the game. Getting the intersections just right is hard, but it's oh so satisfying once you sort it out. Hey, who knows? Maybe I'll be able to show you a couple of cool techniques. Today's accompanying beverage. I don't have the camera on, but trust me, I'm holding it up. Today's accompanying beverage is Sierra Nevada, and this is our map. So what I would normally do is I would just run some lines straight out from here and start building. But this right here, if I'm not sorely mistaken... Oh, seriously, I don't even have my panel. This is fertile land. And I would rather like to have my industry be not polluty, so I'm going to leave this open to the degree that I can for now. so that when I unlock the industrial specializations, I can start turning this into farmland. So what I think we'll do is we'll go around and we'll start building along the coast here. How does that sound? They should unlock a few more things at the beginning, because I got literally nothing. I have one road type I can build, and that's it. Oh, and now I can make one-way roads. Anything else unlocked? Yeah, 4-lane roads. Since this is basically the backbone of the city, let's go ahead and do it right from the beginning. Let's not end up having to work around traffic disasters. We'll just go with this, and let's just go out straight to the coast, and then we'll put up a road that goes along the coast. We'll build something nice and utopian right off the bat. Oh no, all of my 0 inhabitants are miserable. Joker, how you doing? So, let's just kind of amble along the coast here. These people are going to be so happy with their little town. That'll do for starters. And if you've played SimCity, you've played City Skylines, let's be honest. It's very similar. I'm gonna... Yes, I know, start building your city. Tooltips, off! Gameplay. Edge scrolling enabled. Show in-game guide pop-ups. No, do not auto-open chirper messages. We'll keep the day-night cycle on until we hate it. I don't see the tooltips option. Display road names, use dynamic weather. So be it. Let's see. I could put down a coal plant, but I'm going to start off with a windmill. And let's see, I'm going to need water. We'll do a water tower over by the windmill, I suppose. And then we need a pollutatorium, and I'm going to hate myself for this, but... So pollution goes downstream. That means you want your pollutatorium to be as downstream as possible. Yeah, I don't have the natural disasters plugin. That was never really my gig. Even in the original SimCity, I never really got into the natural disasters until I was, you know, actually bored of playing, and then I'd let Godzilla rampage. Okay, so we have water. We have a little bit of power. It's not going to last very long, but we have some power. And let's go ahead and start giving the people someplace to live. So again, I'm leaving this area empty because I want my industry to be agricultural for now, and this is agricultural land. I figure it'll just help cut down on the pollution. Alright, that'll do for starters, and once that starts filling out, we'll put in some actual industry. I should have got a water pumping station. I have the water tower, right? And for now, that'll do. A water pumping station effectively does the same thing, just more so, and that's fine. Oh, I can't even modify the terrain. So the game will kind of level the terrain for you, but it does it in a kind of unnatural looking way. So a lot of times I like to go in and kind of smooth it out. Water pumping is the same price but cheaper per week. Okay, so this is $3,500 and $240 a week. This is $2,500 and $240 a week. This produces 120,000 cubic meters, and this produces half as much. You're right, I should have got a water pumping station. But this will do fine for now. Alright, let's go ahead and run a quick power line here. Nice thing about this game, if you haven't played it before, as far as the electricity goes, you don't have to run power to everything. You have to run power to the electrical zones that are already there, right? So this whole zone is being powered by that line, and that works just fine. why is this guy complaining about sewage? Oh, you know what? Poop, my outflow doesn't have power. So here, let's go ahead and put another windmill there, and we'll hook that up eventually. And that'll get our power going, because these people are not happy with their sewage issues. Ideas for 114? Well, so what we're going to do for 114, I believe the consensus is that we're going to start a new long-term server a la PvE. My plan would be probably start a little city. I think what I'll do is I'll build like a showcase city with builders who know how to make pretty things and keep it modest, but invite other people to build cool things as we would any other Minecraft city. And I'll work on the road network and stuff and get other people hooked up. Okay, why are you still complaining about the poop? This has power. It's connected. Oh, poop. I built a water pumping station instead of a sewage station. Off to a bad start. There we go. Alright. Now I gotta hook that up, right? Does this look okay in the dark to you guys? Is it already hooked up? It looks like it's already hooked up. Okay. Okay. Alright. They stopped complaining about the poop. You know, normally I do 8, because that seems to be a good sweet spot between visibility and performance. The goal would always kind of be 10, right? 10 is where you'd want to be on a small private server, for example. Depends on how busy it is, though. How you doing, Joker? What's the news? Hey, how does this look on stream? Do I need to turn the daylight cycle off? Okay, so we got demand for some commercial now. We've got demand for some industry. So let's go ahead and start with a couple of little commercial areas on the water line here. Looks okay, it's not too dark. Okay, and then my panel is enabled, but I still can't see my natural resources. They're protecting me from myself a little bit too hard. But this area here, because it's right up against the freeway, I'm probably never going to do anything with this where the pollution matters much. So we'll start our industry here. And we'll go 4 on 4 off just so that we don't get too much of a concentration of pollution. And I already have water going there. So one more over here. Close, not quite. There we go. Now we'll just let it ride. So basically the goal is to get up to about 1,000 population. Oh, cool. That's excellent. Do they have to travel far? Are they coming in from the old country? Yeah, but so far so good. We got a little town going here. Let's check it out. Here, we'll follow this guy around for a little bit. Let's see how our town looks. This is kind of my favorite part of the game. I play a lot of this just to kind of relax. Oh, nope, he's arrived at his destination. The Go Nuts Donuts shop. Oh yeah, that's some high quality commercial land right there. If you've played this game before and you have any mods that you'd like to recommend, 12 would be tough. I mean, once you get up to like a population on the server of more than a dozen, 12 gets difficult. So normally, you know, you'd start off small and then if it's possible and viable, you can expand it. Okay, we still got a lot of demand for industry. So let's go ahead and put a slip road back here. And just go with straight lines. Like that. And that. And that. And we'll put down some more industrial land. This has the added benefit of if I end up needing more, I can create some more infill. I'm going to leave this for the garbage dump, I think. Oh, I can't because there's a water tower there. I might end up having to move the water tower. See if the water ends up getting polluted. You know what, let's just move it now. Here, we'll put it on the other side here by the outflow. Because water towers will pick up any pollution in the land. And industry obviously pollutes pretty heavily. Okay, so we got a little industrial section going on here. It hasn't like made the whole ground into horrible waste. Oh no, did I? I set off Phoenix. Yep. Well, it's too late now. It's too late now. We got two little shops down here, and they're both the same. They're laminate floor shops. Okay, let's keep going with the residential. I'm gonna skip a few lots here so I can build some roads inland at some point, and then we'll move on here. Roads now have names. Okay, what shall I name? Actually, what shall I name the town? I don't think Las Vegas is a good name for it. What do you guys think? Any recommendations? It is a pretty game, isn't it? Look at how cool this already looks. Gun-free zone. Oh, Noble, give it up. New Trier? Any other recommendations? Still got a lot of demand for residential, so let's go ahead and build a parallel road. So we'll go from, say, here out to right about here. And then we'll try to kind of match the shape of the other road. This is very different from how I normally build. Slope too steep, really? Ah, this is fine. It's no big deal. And we'll run some more water. How am I doing for cash? I'm down to 8,000. So this is probably going to be where I have to take a loan. Sin City. I don't know if I can even rename it. Well, may I rename my city, please? I guess not. Alright, well, it's called Las Vegas, which is somewhat unfortunate. Okay, let's leave some space and kind of space them out a little bit. We'll almost certainly end up infilling this eventually, but I kind of like spreading things out when I can. And this right here will be a good place for a little bit of a shop or something. There we go. Okay, still plenty of residential demand. Everything else seems to be okay right now. We're up to 237. Yeah, so 8 was fine on the last one, but the last one never really got that busy. I don't know. See, the difference between 8 and 12 is with 8 you have 81 loaded chunks per player, and with 12 you have like double that. So it really does double the impact on performance. And a lot of times when the view distance is long, the map is very small. Because, you know, if the map is only like 15 by 15 chunks, you can set the view distance to 15 by 15 chunks, and it just means all of the chunks are always loaded, and that's fine. Okay, so can't rename the city, but I can rename Main Street. I think I'm just going to call this Main Street. Oh, they got a puppy. Hey, Noble, I found your ancestral home. We'll see. Noble, I'll put the view distance at as long as I can set it and still get 20 TPS. There we go. Riverview? Riverview Road. Okay. We'll have to name something else Main Street. Cool. Excellent. Okay. So I've yet to unlock any of the district specializations. I'm still kind of in purgatory here. A gold farm. Okay, is this, yeah, we are already running low on power. So for now, what I'm going to do is hook that up so I can pull power from the extra windmill I have here. But we might have to build an oil plant soon, because, you know, slapping windmills down everywhere gets expensive. I have 4,000 credits, that's not a lot, and I still haven't unlocked anything, really. Okay, there's more demand for industry. Okay, we can squeeze a little more in here. For the record, I don't want to connect it to this because of traffic issues later in the game. There we go. Okay, I'm a hamlet. I can now build schools and healthcare and garbage collection, and I can take out loans to do it. Progress is being made, folks. Come on, I just hit the straight line button. Okay, a little more industry, like here, and here. And here. And there. Alright. Make sure they have water. They have water. Everybody has water. There's not much demand for anything else right now. I'm trying to hold off on as much industry as I can until I can start building farms. You kind of have to take a loan. The Iron Giant will not work on a Spigot server. It has to do with the way chunks load and unload. It doesn't even work reliably on multiplayer servers, vanilla multiplayer servers. It only... Alright, Joker, take it easy. It only works on single-player servers with any degree of reliability. Okay, alright, so I'm doing alright. I have 23,000 credits. We're going to go ahead and put down the mandatory clinic, and we'll just kind of put it along the road here, I guess. Here's as good as any place. And we're going to have to put down some garbage collection, and I can't do that here. So we're going to go ahead and start expanding a bit in this direction. And the garbage collection will be right at the edge here. Just want to keep it as far away from everything as possible. Not because it's a problem now, but because it will be a problem later when you start expanding and you realize that your prime land has been polluted. So if I put it out here, that's literally as far away as I can get it. Okay, so we got our clinic, we got our garbage collection. Next step, grade school. And we'll put that... here? Oh, I don't have enough money. I have to wait until I'm up to 10,000. Are we running low on power again? Yeah, we're already running low on power, so I gotta take out a loan. And that's no big deal. We'll make it back soon enough. So that I can get some more juice going. you know what? I put a windmill down in an area with not a lot of wind. This is 5 megawatts out of a maximum of 8. It's only 6. Okay, this costs 19,000. This costs 6,000. We're gonna have to keep going with the windmills for now because I do need to put a school down as well. But 5 megawatts is better than nothing. They need gun disposal. They need gun stores. They don't need any of these things. Just saying. And then the school. Okay, I have enough left for the school now. I just need to find a good place for it. Yeah, this should do okay. It's kind of central because we're probably going to expand out this way, and that should work out just fine. Okay, and for now we seem to have met the industrial demands. You can see the pollution starting to spread. Those poor dead trees. And out here it's not so bad yet, but it will be. Don't worry. It will be. Medical clinic operating normally. School. 62 students, 72 students. Excellent. Alright, so all of my zoning seems to be going well right now. There's more demand for housing. I don't like to do this, but I shouldn't have zoned this because I want to carry this street on. So unfortunately that's going to end up having to go. Doesn't matter too much. I just, you know, I don't like blowing up people's place of business if I don't have to. Let's go a little short on that. Like so. And like that. So you sent a message. Pretty sure that's false. The person that made it is a part of the Hermitcraft server and uses it on their dish. Fine. Well, you can try. I'm definitely not going to stop you from trying. And, okay, we have a fair amount of new housing demand already, so let's go ahead and start filling in some more residential areas. And again, I'm leaving some gaps here and there that I'll probably end up filling in later. A little bit more commercial demand. A building has leveled up. Thank you. That's good to know. And I feel like another connector road. I feel like there should be one here, but I don't want to tear a house down. But I am going to put one right about here. This is just to alleviate traffic over the side roads. Because Bucket is even less efficient than Spigot. And doesn't really exist except as a vestigial thing that the Spigot team compiles, that they build Spigot off of. Bucket, as a standalone product, stopped existing 4 or 5 years ago. Has the Noble Gases residence leveled up yet? Let's take a look. No. It's getting there, though. It's about to level up. Oh, it just leveled up. It just hit level 2. Now it's a level 2 hovel. So if you see a house you want to adopt, guys, let me know. I'll slap your name on it, and you can follow it throughout the life of the server. It's actually kind of cute, isn't it? That's the Crest residence. Okay, that's not it. It's here. I think it's cute. I think that's a cute little house. Oh, geez. I'm burning through money, though. Let's go ahead and... trim budgets a little bit. I expanded a bit too fast. And as of right now, I don't need remotely this much money for any of these services. But I do need to not go bankrupt because I've already taken out my loan. And, okay, taxes. We'll add another 10% industrial. That shouldn't be an issue. And hopefully that'll balance the budget more or less. You want the home next to Nobles? This one or this one? Left or right? Okay, I'm about to dip into the red. This one, okay. Casa de Lost Phoenix. There you go. Okay, now I just need to start infilling a little bit. There's not much else I can do. I'm completely out of money, so right now infill is my only real option. That said, there's still plenty of place to infill, and zoning doesn't cost money. Alright, so we got some commercial stuff here, and we'll add some more along the water line here. And as far as industry goes, again, I'm trying to keep my industry to a minimum because of the pollution, but I don't know that I have much of a choice right now because I really have to start generating some income. So we'll add some zones there. All right, we're getting close to break even now. So hopefully everything will be fine. Has it been night for a very long time? Yeah, I know I can, and I will if I have to. It should not make much of a difference. And raising the tax on residential to 11% would solve all of my problems right away, so let's go ahead and do that. Light residential, well, we'll put it up to 10. There we go. That's a cute little side street where the neighborhood shopping takes place. What do we got here? Convenience store, drugstore, quiet corner shop. Quiet corner shop. That's not a corner. And oh, the noodle house. Cool. Seems like there aren't that many models. I know the workshop is just like full of models. So if you guys have any models you'd like me to add, either ploppables or growables, you know, post them on Discord and I'll add them for the next stream and you can see your recommendations in game. Okay, check it out. We're breaking even. We're at $230 a month now, and the population is increasing at a healthy pace. And the town looks pretty bucolic. I don't like the way the water line adjusts. I need to see if they're like plugins for like storm walls or something that I could put in instead. Because I think that would make more sense than this. This just looks weird. Oh, that's my medical clinic. 0 patients treated in the last week. That was a waste of money. Can you drive in this city? You know, there's no like built-in first-person view or anything. You can like follow cars along though, and that's pretty fun. See where they're going. change the angle a little bit. Oh, that looks better. Look at that. It's adorable. It would be fun to see if there's like a... You can drive in this city. What do you mean, Phoenix? It would be nice to see if there's a plug-in or mod for first-person view. But I'm pretty sure... Hey, all right, Worthy Village. Now we're getting somewhere. We got a new area. We got districts. We got our specializations. We got our police station and firehouse, which we'll have to build. Good. Good stuff. Excellent. So, and I got 20 grand. And there's industrial demand, so I think I'll go ahead and... So this here, this is the farmland, right? What I'll do is I'll go ahead and put a zone around that. Kind of like this. I can't see it right now. That's kind of a drawback of the day-to-night cycle. It does kind of make certain stuff hard to see. I'm sure there is. There are a lot of mods. We need to find the person living at your home. Yeah, we should. That would be fun. Yes, yes, yes. Recycling center. Got it. Worry about that later. That's about right, though. I think maybe this area here. Oh, we got power troubles again. I think that would be like all of my money. But we do need to not have constant energy problems, so we're going to go ahead and put down power plant there, and go ahead and run a power line down to here. Okay, that should solve our power problems for the foreseeable future. Stop it! I've electrified the entire place. All is well. Stop whining. Yes. I need to construct more pylons. Okay, so this is going to be agricultural specialty. And now I can already unlock another sector. So this terrain here is going to make it... It's going to make it a very different game. It's going to force me to play the game in ways I normally don't, which I think is a good thing. What do you guys think? Should I hold out, or do you guys think I should grab one of these? I'll leave it open for a second or two, and you can look at them, and otherwise I'll just wait a little while. I like the one on the right with the mountains, but it doesn't have a lot of buildable terrain. The one on the south side would let me make a cool bridge, but it's very flat. The one on the left does have freeway access, which is a benefit. So, is there no railroad here? Did I accidentally... I guess I got a map that doesn't have a rail line going through it. That's too bad. This isn't very big either, actually. Well, maybe it's bigger than it looks, because I can only see what there is to see. I have plenty of space, for now. Okay, so how shall we do this? This is basically going to be my main road, right? And we might have something else up here, so we're not going to have like a lot of through traffic here. So what I'm thinking is we'll do... I wish I could see the zones while I'm building the roads. We'll do something like this. I'm... not enough money. Ah, poop. Ah, poop. I've already taken out my loan. So let's see if I can afford to run some water lines, at least. Nope. Alright, let's just accelerate the game a little bit and wait until we get some more cash. I'm thinking maybe I also need to build a fire department. I've been over-investing a little bit, overextending myself. This is kind of challenging early on in the game. It's best, I've discovered, to start with just kind of a battery in the area specifically designed to generate lots of cash. So, you know, lots of houses very close together with as few roads as you can possibly put in. Alright, so that burned down. Check. It'll come back. And I'm just waiting for some money to come in here. Yeah, exactly. A cozy campfire. Bulldoze underground. Not right now, but okay. So the only problem right now is there's zero demand for industry. So let's go ahead and put in... Hold on, let's slow it back down. Normally I don't like speeding it up too much if I can avoid it. Let's go ahead and put in some more commercial zones. Might as well just fill it in because the coastline looks weird. And... see, I need 12,000 for a fire department. I have 1,300. Can we get like a volunteer fire department or a bucket chain from the river down here or something, guys? Oh my god, the ice cream parlor's on fire! This is a national tragedy. I hope it doesn't spread to the Big Bite. That Big Bite has a hell of a view, by the way. Grow the city. Thank you. I was wondering. So my idea for this farm zone, and I can, if I can get some water in here and some power, I suppose I can get started, is to kind of mix low density residential with farmland. So let's go ahead and start with a few little residential plots. And I'm really going for kind of a cutesy, bucolic look here, so... do I have dirt trails yet? Yes. That needs to be straight. There we go. So we'll do like that... and that, and then we'll kind of have some farmland around it. And let's check the zoning here. I need to make sure the zone actually covers the entire area, otherwise we get factories next to the houses, and that's never good. That should do fine. Again, I'm not... the national tragedy of the ice cream parlor burning down, right? I'm not going for a hugely efficient city. I want a city that works, obviously, but I also just want a city that's pretty and fun and overrun with criminals. Wait, no, that's not what I want. Seriously, the ice cream parlor is still on fire? Okay, well, that's gonna hurt. But I don't see that we have much of a choice because we really need facilities now. And I'm glad I left this empty because this is the perfect place for them. Nice and central. More or less. A little power over here. And now I'm in debt up to my eyeballs. And this is kind of in a polluted zone, so I'm not sure how well that's going to work out, but let's see, right now there's still a lot of demand for residential. So let's just stick with the plan. And we'll put some small residential areas here, and we'll kind of intersperse them with the... I'll have a look at the newly unlocked service soon. Intersperse them with some... Oh, that really messed with the zoning, didn't it? With some little dirt roads like this. And we'll just kind of grow it out naturally. They burned it for insurance money. Yeah, that's probably what happened. Okay, it looks like the fire department was too late. So the ice cream parlor is gone. But we do have a fire department now. Unfortunately, now that I have a fire department and a police department, I'm burning through money even faster than I was before. And now we're having trouble with the trash pickup because the garbage dump is way over here, but there's not a lot I can do about that right now. So we'll just keep on keeping on. See how our little agricultural area is coming along. See, this is kind of the thing I was hoping to avoid, because it doesn't really look very agricultural. But okay. It's all good. It's kind of a shame. More tax. More taxes! Well, what I'm going to try to do is grow the population, because right now, let's take a look at the budget. Taking in 33. I'm spending 41, but of that, 657 is for the loan. Once the loan is paid off, I'll be pretty close to breaking even. But what I'll do for now is I'll take down the fire and police budgets a little bit. And yeah, I probably shouldn't mess with the water. And we'll be breaking even soon enough. In the oh, actually, you know what? Let's take a look at the taxes here. I'm already taking 10% on everything except commercial, so let's get commercial up to 10%. And we'll see how that goes. So these guys, they don't really look like... Well, they're fine. They're doing just fine. We can fill this in a little bit. There's still a lot of demand for residential, and we kind of knew this was going to happen. No, maybe not this one. Once park's unlocked, this will be a good place for a park. And we'll leave this open for the same reason. We'll just do a little infill by the back here. Still a fair amount of demand for commercial. So maybe here and... Starting to feel a little monotonous. But that's okay. For now, we're just trying to get a city that works. How's you and Noble doing in game? Let's take a look. It would be nice if you could like bookmark these things, wouldn't it? Oh. Check it out, Noble. Your house got much nicer. You're moving up in life, man. And Phoenix, yours hasn't updated yet, I think. It still looks pretty good. Noble's moving on up. Okay, we're close to breaking even now. We're getting there. Yeah, the city seems to be operating pretty well. I'm not sure why the trash men haven't made it to this house, but I'm not too worried. Oh, come on. Are we already having employee shortages? That ain't fair. Let's see. All right, we still have enough water. There's not a whole lot of demand for industry right now, so we'll just let that ride and see what we can do about a little more residential. I could maybe set up a new residential area, or I could run this back a little bit farther. Let's do that. Oh, that's the firehouse. Okay, we're going to put that there. That's fine. No big deal. We'll run this backwards a little bit. And something like this, I think. And then we'll upgrade that to an actual paved road, because that should probably not be a dirt trail. And then we'll build a little cul-de-sac. Just like that. Get some water in here. Just like that. And just fill her up. And these areas here will be good, good little commercial areas. Take your time, folks. Move in whenever you want, but fast, please. Farm doesn't work on spigot. Roger that, Phoenix. You mean the Iron Titan? Let's take a look at traffic and see how everything's going. We got no traffic problems at all. None whatsoever. I am a little surprised that industrial demand seems to be staying low. I guess the pollutatorium here is doing its work. Okay, my employment shortage has gone away. What is this? Why is this here? What the... Okay, this whole area is not agricultural specialization. They're just building factories next to the houses. Okay, let's fix that, because this would be a very miserable place to live. Could have sworn I selected it. That's going to hurt some of my income a little bit. But check it out, guys. I'm already up to plus 1,500 a month. I think that's per week, actually. So that's going well. And this area has filled out pretty quickly. Look at that. And I'm a tiny town. I can build parks. And policies. And roads. And canals. And nature reserves. And high schools. And bouncy castles. Excellent. Very good. Well, let's celebrate by building a park. What kind of park shall I build? There's like nothing recreational here. I've left some spaces open specifically for like parks when they become available. So let's it's kind of what we have here. We can do like a small park, which is not that small. I might still have to tear something down. We can do a bouncy castle, which is a little silly, but okay. A large playground is pretty big. There's a dog park. I didn't leave enough space here for much of anything. There's the Japanese tea garden, which looks really nice. So tell me what I should build park-wise, and I shall plop it down. It'll probably end up being like a small park or a small playground. I'm thinking one on this side, one on this side, and that should get people recreating a little bit. But I'll give it a few minutes so you guys can tell me what to make and where. Okay, let's look at some of the other stuff that's unlocked. I don't have any kind of public transport yet. We can now make high schools. And I need a new elementary school, apparently. We already have a police station, fire department, sports hall, and gymnasium for 120,000. That's a bit much. There are recycling centers I can build, but again, I don't think I need that yet. And then under the parks, we can now build city parks with... Oh, right. So the ploppables, the city park ploppables don't unlock until you've actually put down a city park gate. So I guess we're not quite there yet. Zoos, nature reserves, plenty of props. I can put down a gazebo. Here, I think I'm going to put down a gazebo here just because I can. And then I can't afford these yet, but these are unique buildings. There's a panda sanctuary and a temple complex, football stadium. Oh, here we go. Statue of Wealth, 25,000. I'm not going to do that, but I can if I want to. All right, parks. Let's pop down a couple little parks here. We'll just do a small park on this side. In this area, no. Small park's too small. Let's do a small playground. And then over here, I didn't save enough space here, right there. We'll put down... Would a plaza with picnic tables look good? No, it sticks out too far. This plaza. I can do this plaza. Well, that's okay, right? A little beachfront plaza going on there. A nice view of the ocean. It doesn't really mesh terribly well, but it'll do. Yes, I know you can build canals. I've never built a canal before, and I wouldn't know where to start. Okay, we got some industrial demand coming in, so I'm going to go ahead and put down some farmland here. And it looks like this is far enough out that it's not affected by pollution, but discretion being the better part of valor, we'll leave those open. All right, and there's still a fair amount of residential demand, so let's go ahead and put in a couple of little housing blocks, and we'll do some teeny tiny ones here because those lead to cute little houses sometimes. And here we'll do some teeny tiny ones as well. This will be like our shack town. I'm gonna have to run the water lines a little bit farther. Okay, but we're doing good on money now. We're making 2,500. Build a park area. I'll build a park area, game. Stop pestering me. And I don't know, it doesn't look on fire. Oh, now it looks on fire. Okay, let's wait till the police shows up. I mean, the fire department. And then the crime scene investigators. There they come. You can see them off in the distance there. You know what? We can follow them in. The game looks a little hokey, maybe. But honestly, the fact that the whole thing's pretty much agent-based and all of these people have their own little lives and their own houses and their own jobs to go to, I like that. And yes, I'm looking at you, SimCity 2013. Okay, so let's take one of these dirt roads here and expand it outwards a little bit. Something like that. Trying to make this look a little natural. Again, normally you'd expect really big fields. You can't do that here. The agricultural zoning works the same as all the other zoning in the game, which means it has to be adjacent to a road. But I still think we can get it to look nice. Use quays to finish a shoreline and... Okay. Quays. Huh. I've never really tried this. Let's do a save just in case. Okay. And let's try to build a quay. Is that it? That doesn't look very good. Okay. Maybe we'll worry about that later. A little agricultural area looks nice. This is... What? Is this not zoned properly? No, this is definitely zoned. That's odd. Sunny Grain Baconery. A baconery? Baconerie? Don't know what that word means. I think this is from one of the Green Cities expansions. Okay, so this is becoming a problem now. We don't have enough educated workers. And what that means is, for one, I need to build a second elementary school. And right now I'm kind of regretting putting that one in the middle, but what I think we're going to do is we'll put this one here, and then we'll move this one. Yeah, I realize I'm tearing down some houses here and there. I don't generally like to do that, but space already occupied. Well, we'll put it out here. And that'll spread it out a little bit. I haven't given myself a whole lot of room for expansion here. So where do you guys think I should put the high school? Because we clearly need a high school. I'm getting a lot of these not enough educated worker notifications. So let me know if you have any thoughts. This whole industrial area, this whole agricultural area seems to be very fire prone. All right, guys, I'm going to put it on cinematic for a minute or two while I go get a refill, but I will be right back. I kind of like the cinematic view. Is there anybody actually still watching the stream, just out of curiosity? Because chat's gone very quiet. You know what? For an hour of work, this is already kind of looking like a cool little city. I am not displeased. Okay. So, still a bunch of demand for everything, but first priority here needs to be to build a high school. Urgently. Otherwise I'm going to start getting abandoned buildings. And like I said, I didn't really leave myself a place to do it. So we're just going to have to muscle it in somewhere, I guess. This seems like a good spot. It's within range of everything. I didn't end up having to tear down too much to do it, so that'll be just fine. It's already got 30 students. It opened like 2 seconds ago. Okay, hopefully that'll solve these not enough skilled worker problems for now. It'll be a while before they get, you know, trained up. But whatever. And then I think we're gonna put in a little connector here. Not dirt. Like that, and then like that. Why are you guys all so unhappy? Do you not like roads? I'll put some more housing in here to kind of fill it in. And hopefully this will help us get some employees for the agricultural areas as well. Just like that. That should do just fine and dandy. Still demand for commercial, not a whole lot of... I'm hesitant to put down new commercial because all of these commercial buildings are suffering from not enough skilled employees. There is still some demand for agriculture, so maybe we'll do a little bit more of that right now. And wait until those skilled employee warnings start going away. This is going to look a little weird. Well, actually, that's okay. Honestly, though, some of these areas aren't even filling in. So these will be... We'll put some houses on the corner here. Some of these smaller plots will make residential. And then the bigger plots will be agriculture. So agriculture barely pollutes. That's why I'm okay with putting these agricultural plots right next to the residentials. Okay, Sierra Nevada number 2. Here we go, folks. Cheers to you lot. And we'll see what happens. This is not good. Holy cow, that filled up real fast. Okay, well, there's not much I can do except wait. Let's see, water availability is fine. I just forgot to run pipes here, so that's no big deal. And I think... yeah, there's a little dry section here. Problem solved. I'm kind of bummed out that this map doesn't have any railroad connection, because I always liked having the intercity railroad connections. Park maintenance building, thank you. Let's see how I'm doing on cash here, see if I can pay off my loans. Well, I can pay this one off. That's easy. This one, not yet. But at this rate, it shouldn't take too long. Hey, Phoenix, welcome back. We're having a bit of an employee crisis here. I waited too long to build a high school, and now all of my commercial areas that have zoned up are short on educated workers. So I have built a high school, but my education levels are still not great. So I'm hoping we're not going to get too many abandoned buildings while this kind of equalizes. Hot apple cider. I'm not a fan. I'm a fan of apple cider. I'm a big fan of Strongbow and Blackthorn in particular. But I never did like hot apple cider. So we check in on you guys' residences. See, if my name was Pleasant and I was to make a residence, I'd call it the Pleasantance. That is such a missed opportunity. Well, Phoenix, your place hasn't changed much, but Nobles has been upgraded to one of those 1960s soft bottom 6-unit apartment buildings with 4 households. 8 adults, 2 young adults, and 8 teens. Only one well-educated worker. But we are starting to churn out well-educated workers now, so that's okay. Your place is your place is now retirement income for some couple who decided to buy an apartment building rather than put their money in stocks. But yeah, y'all doing all right. Let's check the land value. Yeah, it's the waterfront. See, it's starting to happen. Buildings are becoming abandoned because they can't find enough employees. Or educated employees, as the case may be. Which is unfortunate. So public transport still hasn't unlocked yet. That's too bad, because it's like one of my... Yeah, do you want a different house? Alright, well, tell me which one you want, and I will earmark it for you. So look at my little agricultural area. That actually... It's kind of chaotic, and I kind of like it. There's fewer fields than you'd expect from an agricultural area, though. We got some houses here, and I'm not sure if making this a dirt path was a good idea, but it looks nice. This is kind of cool, right? Well, I like it anyway. You want to park right next to your home. Let's see. So we have... There's a playground here. I guess that doesn't really count. I haven't built any parks yet. Institute of Creative Arts. Yeah, I'll get right on that game. I'll be building an Institute of Creative Arts any second now, I'm sure. Oh boy, I should have built that high school sooner. It's no big deal. I mean, they pop right back up. You just kind of lose the land value. Traffic still looks pretty doable. Got some residential demand. We do have some commercial demand that I don't really know how to fill right now. Normally I end up with like a large commercial zone in the center, but right now the center is just going to be farms. So, yeah. Not quite sure how that's going to work out yet. But let's go ahead and expand our farming area a little bit. Now we'll start... Well, I'll tell you what, let's just kind of mosey on along here. That should do, and then we kind of want to connect this together, and we'll use a dirt path for that, for the aesthetics of the thing. From, say, here to there. See, it says it's not changing anything, and then it changes things anyway, and that's always kind of irritating. Let's see, water availability. It's time to build a new water tower. And we'll put it back here. Let's see, sewage treatment's still fine. We need water lines running up this way. That should do. Then I'm going to work my way kind of out from here. How'd my little... Oh, my tiny little area here actually turned out pretty nice with the teeny tiny little houses. Well, let's turn this off. This all looks very chaotic, but kind of cozy. So, yeah, not bad so far. Let's just keep that up a little bit and stick with... No. Stick with smaller areas. One of the problems I kind of have with this game is... And you know what? Even areas like this should have the occasional little corner shop. A pump. Yeah, you're right. I should start doing pumps. There's plenty of good water here. Obviously. Well, you know what? The pollution isn't too bad yet. Poop. We gotta do some demolition here. All of these places became abandoned because of a lack of skilled workers, because I didn't build the high school soon enough. No big deal. They'll build back. So, back to the dirt path, and we'll put something out here, and stop that. Put something out here. Again, just kind of going for a vaguely chaotic look. A lot of little houses and kind of mixed together. You know, just your basic unplanned east of the Mississippi agricultural town. Just that area, obviously, because this is all kind of straight lines and grids. Am I using the default setting for Spigot? Yeah, as a rule, it's all pretty default. I don't mess with the redstone timing or anything. I always keep that vanilla. I'll bet you this will be a popular place for some commercial zoning. Oh, it's raining. Well, it'll be good for the crops, right? Okay, so we have our heavy industry here, and I don't want to build any houses too near that. I don't have a whole lot of space left in this central area, but maybe back here is a good place to start expanding. So what I think I'll do is go ahead and take our main road here and run it up this way. I'm not bored enough yet to start destroying the town, Phoenix. I might get there, but not yet. So let's go ahead and upgrade this to a larger road. And I think just that there needs to go. How am I doing for cash? I got 33,000, which is not massive. Okay, so this, let's set up kind of a straight backbone out like that. And at some point we'll loop around and connect it all together. We'll have a big ring road on the outside of this area. But what I'm looking forward to is maybe like building a park up in the mountains here and stuff like that. And we'll do a more traditional setup here, so we'll put up some side streets for residential areas. And we'll have some, you know, standard suburbs. Okay. Now, we're going to want water. We still have plenty of availability, so that's good. And that's the water supply. Let's see, I don't need to worry about police just yet. High school is full, the elementary schools are not. So, wouldn't be a bad idea to build a new high school, but I'm not just there yet. Do you have the Natural Disasters DLC, Phoenix? Have you played with that yet? Oh, those are dirt roads. I don't want dirt roads. That's obviously not the plan. You know what, though? Just to alleviate traffic, what we'll do is we'll... have like a one-way loop road here. Because that's not going to make anybody's trip much longer, but it'll keep the traffic flowing a little bit better. And then these will just be standard roads. Okay, so we'll go ahead and zone in the commercial areas along the main road, like this and like this. Four deep, not three. And then we'll leave a little buffer, let's say 4 blocks. That'll allow us to put in parks later if we want to, but also just kind of separate the commercial areas. And then we'll put in something recreational right from the get-go, just so that people will be inclined to move in. How about a dog park here? And we'll see how that fills out. I'm thinking it'll do just fine. I've seen... I don't think I've paid full price for any of my add-ons, but I think I've seen Natural Disasters for like $5. What are you trying to tell me here? Should we try some of the residential specializations we got? Self-sufficient buildings. That's not a great idea early on in the game, I think. Okay, what are these people's problems? Citizens are sick. Did I screw up the zoning? Yeah, I got some... poop. I got some factories here where it's supposed to be agriculture. Because my zone wasn't big enough. Alright. Yeah, this doesn't look very pleasant. Aw, those poor citizens. I was trying to make them nice bucolic agricultural place, but it's just like Ambulanceville now. Alright, I've rezoned it, so that should fix itself. And I'm a boomtown! Look at that. I can build ferries and buses, recycling and freeway intersections and advanced wind turbines, bus depots. Yeah. We'll put up a 114 trial server, Noble, as soon as the snapshots start. Like we always do. That's supposed to be Wednesday, right? Is when the first 114 snapshot is expected. Okay, so this is kind of messed up now. These will eventually go away and be replaced. But I'm going to go ahead and bulldoze them now. Because, yuck. These are good. These are already agriculture. Alright, well, hopefully the pollution will clear up soon enough. That was kind of dumb, I guess, but whatever. Hey, Socks, how you doing, man? Haven't seen you in forever. What's new? You used to play on PvE a long time ago. All right, well, the citizens are sick, but the pollution should clear up soon enough, and then it should be fine. Let's make sure the zoning's accurate now. Yeah, what is that? It's just a billboard. Like an electric blinking billboard. Okay, great. I've always wanted one of those. Yeah, the good old days. Yeah, we still run a Minecraft server. It's a lot less ambitious than it used to be. Well, we still got a Minecraft server. Okay, I'm still having like 1 or 2 places with not enough educated workers, but I mean, this is directly opposite the high school. So if they can't find educated workers, they're not looking very hard. This area here is filling out just fine. Let's see, the money situation is pretty good. I can go ahead and pay off my loan now. And now I'm making $2,000 a week. I think we can start looking at some quality of life things. There's still a lot of demand for industry. So let's go ahead and plop down some more agriculture. My goal is to do as little real heavy industry as I possibly can. And there's some demand for residential, so we'll go ahead and we'll put some little residential zones in here and there. Those aren't residential zones. Let's try that again. Some little residential zones here and there. Again, agriculture does not pollute or barely pollute, so it's perfectly okay to kind of mix your agriculture and your residential, and you get these pretty cool looking mixed areas. Be a little bit easier to see when it's light. Yeah, so we're going to do, when 1.14 is released, we're going to do a long-term PvE server. That is to say, a PvE server that we don't reset for at least a year or two. And we're going to kind of treat it like we did the original PvE server. So mostly vanilla, but we'll have cities and towns and protection that you can claim, stuff like that. I'm going to try to get back into Minecraft. I'm going to take a legitimate attempt at getting back into it. Okay, well, see, the pollution's already kind of clearing up here. Kinda. Still needs some work, but we'll get there. It'll do just fine eventually. I'm not against it. It doesn't have to be a pure vanilla server. I'll be happy to look at the Hermitcraft data packs, and I'll also look into script and see if I can at least do some of the basic stuff. I mean, we probably won't have kit PvP arenas, but I might be able to do heads or something. I'll put some time in it, and I'll put some effort in it, and I'll try to make something good. Customize armor stands. I've seen that one. That one's actually really neat. You can pose them in different ways and stuff. Okay, let's take a look at traffic. I'm starting to... Well, I was going to say I'm starting to wonder if it's time to start putting down some public transport, but this is beautiful. This is all absolutely beautiful. The busiest place in the entire city is this road right here. And you can see how busy that road right there is. So, no problems there. Transit is just fine. Let's check in on education. It's time for a new elementary school and a new high school. I think this will be the logical place for it. Let's go ahead and expand this residential area. I have to break down a few houses, but you know what they say. Is this... Oh, I thought it wasn't parallel for a moment, but it's just because of the way the terrain worked, so it's fine. Not a whole lot of demand for residential right now, but it'll come back. Sorry, whoever used to live there. I had to tear down your house to build a bypass. You gotta build bypasses. Ask a Vogon. Not a lot of demand for commercial, but this will be a good place for our new high school. Well, geez, there's one right over here. Maybe back here instead, because that way as we expand out that way, it'll still be easy to access. I don't have enough money for high school. All right. We'll have to let it ride for a little while. And in the meantime, this place got abandoned because of not enough skilled workers. Still more demand for industrial, so let's go ahead and pop down some more farms. Those seem to be filling in pretty quickly. Sell it at spawn? Yeah, I don't know. I mean, that presupposes that there's some kind of commerce plugin that we can use. I'm not even sure about that at this point. And we'll put some more little cutesy houses here. I feel like I'm Bob Rossing this town. Do we have a cemetery? We do not have a cemetery yet, do we? There's no place for the corpses to go. Morbid though that may sound, we need a cemetery. Look how happy they all are that they now have somewhere to die. There goes the first hearse. Let's see who our first lucky customer is. If you played Minecraft for more than about 10 minutes, Noble, you'll know that doesn't work. I'm sure there'll be a chest shop plugin or something that we can use, some third-party thing. I might try to write something, but it very much depends on what's available in the way of tools by the time 1.14 rolls around. And bear in mind, the longer we wait for plugins, the longer after the official release of 1.14 the server is actually going to be up, and that's also a consideration. Wow, Hertz has a bit of a drive. Uh-oh. Somebody dropped dead at the bowling alley. Steve Reich! Alright. Take him back. The hearse is holding up the cop. So this kind of bugs me, by the way. Cars do not move aside for emergency vehicles in this game. I mean, look at this. The hearse is just like, whatever, dude. This guy's in a hurry. I mean, he's dead! Let's go see where the cop's going, though. This is so much fun. This is like my favorite part of the game, just watching what's going on in the city. Why do my ambulances look like school buses? Man, I probably shouldn't have made this a dirt road. It has a lot of traffic. A crime has been committed at the Sunny Grain Factory. He just walks straight through the wall. He's like, okay, we're done. Let's go home. We have resolved the grain theft. The mouse has confessed. Well, we got a fire. But the fire department's already there. They on it. They on it. Yeah, but the cops don't. I mean, the hearses should pull over for the cops, and then people should pull over for the hearse. Right? I assume we're in agreement on this? Let's add a little more. We're going to just fill in some commercial here. I don't quite have a good place for a new large commercial zone, but there's a lot of little gaps, and commercial stuff goes well in the gaps. I don't want to do anything here because of the pollution. Like here, I just put in these little squares, and that seems to work just fine because there's not too much trouble finding employees, and let's fill in a couple of these little gaps here that I guess we can go and put some population there. Okay, so let's find some nice commercial infill opportunities here. This connector road will eventually be a good place, but right now there's just not enough residential here to make it worth the trouble. But residential demand has gone up a little bit, so we can go ahead and add some more residential on either side and just let that slowly fill in. I could just zone the entire thing in one go and call it a day. Yeah, I know we can have buses, but we don't have any traffic yet, so we don't need buses just yet. Yeah, my agricultural zone's filling out pretty nicely. I think it might be time to put down another section here. This is all terrible use of space. I get that, for the record. I know that this is a poor use of space. But I don't like having to build stuff that's all dense and crowded, which is kind of how the game wants you to play, it seems. Because, you know, you only get new territory every so often. Hey, Phoenix, welcome back. I do have another 2x2 square that I can claim whenever I want, but I'm sitting on it until I have a better idea of where I'm going with this town. But let's go ahead and just kind of continue our setup here with farmhouses amongst the agricultural areas, because that seems to be working. And let's see, my big new suburb here is kind of boring, but it is filling out nicely. And we've got the commercial buildings in the middle here, and then we have a little buffer. We can fill that in with stuff eventually. And now I think it's time to build that second high school. And I think this is a good place for it. I'm going to move to offices as soon as I can. Well, one thing you need to do is like check your startup routines and make sure you're not installing a million auto updaters and stuff. In Windows 10, you can clean it up pretty well. You don't always have to do a clean install, but sometimes it's time to do a clean install. I'm, for the record, trying to have as little industry as possible, as little regular polluting industry as possible, which is why I'm doing the agriculture here, and I'll probably put some timber up here. But offices, once they become unlocked, also fulfill commercial demand and are much cleaner. So that'll probably end up happening as well. So what do you guys think? Shall we take a moment to build something fun? I'm thinking right here. I'm thinking it would be fun to build a little campground up here with the park life features. I'm a little short on cash for that right now because I paid off that loan and I just built a high school, so that might have to wait. Let's look at the pricing on this stuff. So Park Life has city parks, I'm not even sure I can yet, because you need to be able to build the... Oh, these unlock when you actually build a park area. Okay. There's amusement parks, zoos. Okay, so the nature reserve is what you want for the campground, and the gate alone costs 5,000. Wait, what? Main gate, small main gate. So I'm going to have to probably have a little more money, but what I think would be nice is to build a little campground up here. Nothing big, nothing too crazy. But just a cute little... Oh, look at this. There's actually a rhinoceros. There's a rhinoceros. Why is there a rhinoceros? It's like the first wild animal I've seen in my new town is a rhinoceros. What the hell, dude? All right, let's check in on you guys' houses. I gotta get a bookmark or something. Is it over on this side? Ah, here, I think. Nope. Yep. No, your and Phoenix houses have not changed. Oh, Phoenix? Phoenix? You're getting a new house. You just upgraded. Let's see what you get. It's modern. It's modern. And kind of brutalist. I'm not sure what to think of this. It's got a swing set out front. It's got that going for it, but we'll come back and check it out when it's light out. Looks like yours is about to upgrade to noble. Okay, let's see. We got some trash problems here. Let's take a look at production. Landfill is nowhere near full. We've got 9 out of the 10 garbage trucks in use, so this is just because the truck hasn't been there in a while. It's no big deal. I'm not going to worry about it until it gets until it turns red. It's so close. Let's see if we can increase the value of these houses a little bit for you guys. Maybe just some trees. Just something as simple as that might help. How about some giant redwoods in the backyard? I'll put some more back here so it doesn't look like I'm favoring you guys' houses. I mean, they're happy. It's just like one step away from upgrading. Yeah, you got solar panels and everything. Satellite dishes. The styles kind of don't mix well. It feels like the scale isn't right. This thing looks kind of big and bulky compared to this. And this is obviously an apartment building. Yeah, not quite there yet. We'll hold off on that until I have a better idea of what I want. Alright, the town is, I think, getting a little too stretched out for just one garbage location, so I'm gonna just go right up until the edge of town here, and that should be far enough out that I can build a dump without causing any other problems. And that needs power. Power availability is starting to get low. I'm gonna have to start working out where to put some more capacity soon. But that should solve the garbage issues for now, and I'm still making $2,600 a month, so that's no big deal. You seem kind of stuck right on the edge there. Just needs a tiny little update to to improve. But hey, it beats the hell out of that old shack of yours, right? Uh-oh. The baconery. I don't know what that word means. It looks like a place where bacon is made, but this doesn't look like a place where bacon is made. There's the fire department. To save the day. Well, that dude's not in a hurry. Look at this guy. He's like, yeah, fire, whatever. I guess I'll run. And he disappeared into the building. Never to be seen again. There goes another one. Nope, they're all done. Why did he park his scooter over next to that building on the left and then walk to the right? Maybe the fire trucks were in the way. Okay. Well, you know what? This town's coming along pretty nicely. Yeah, maybe it was a meth house. That's probably it. I know that's like the favorite activity of a lot of people who used to play things like SimCity and now City Skylines. You know, build something elaborate and then have Godzilla rampage over it or flood it or something. I never did that. It never really appealed to me. I always felt bad for my little Sim citizens. Okay, we're just gonna keep expanding on the agriculture here. I've kind of started putting in fewer houses because urbanization. Jeez, that is one bright high school. Look at that. Gee, the future's so bright I gotta wear shades. But everything seems to be humming along nicely. All right, let's do the thing with the housing. We'll continue to mix residential and agricultural here because it does seem to work. I just don't want any of the like huge houses. It doesn't seem to fit. But this works pretty well actually. This mixed use concept seems to be just fine. Okay, let's put a little connector trail. We'll use a dirt path here. From, say, here to here. And it messes with the zoning. It says it won't mess with the zoning, and then it messes with the zoning. I feel deceived. I feel like I was lied to. We'll put a little corner shop there. And some more houses on the corner here. That'll be cute. It's all filling out pretty good. Honestly, this is coming along pretty nicely. Let's take a break and just look at the cinematics. All right, take it easy, Noble. Yeah, well, that used to be a thing in SimCity. You'd have the scenarios where you'd have to recover from the aftermath of a disaster. I remember playing those on the original SimCity on my Amiga way back in the day. The cinematic mode's fun. Sometimes you get really wonky shots. I mean, this isn't very exciting to look at, but some of these are really nice. This looks great. This is really not bad for 2 hours of work, huh? A little windmill. Looks like traffic might be starting to get heavy at the intersection there. We'll look into that in a bit. We'll make sure everything's still humming along nicely. There's not really much I can do, though. I mean, I have these 3-lane wide highways, and... You want to see if the blue and green truck at your house is yours? Uh-oh. Having some electricity problems. Okay, let's start plopping down advanced wind turbines, because these work much, much better than the land-based ones. Holy cow! That was suddenly a lot of electricity problems. I think I might need another one. Just to be sure here. Yeah, I thought for a moment maybe my oil power plant had been knocked off the grid. Alright, we're good, but not great. I'm gonna, at some point, want to find a better place for the windmills that has more wind. Okay, let's see. Your house. It actually looks a lot nicer during the daytime. No, actually it's Noble Gas's car. Oh, it belongs to a cop. This is your house. This little guy here is yours. I'm not sure why. It's parked in front of Noble Gas's house, but you got yourself a Smart for 2. Educated adult. Worker at drugstore 2.0. Oh, where's Noble going? Let's follow Noble to his destination. Hey! Come back. I was following you. There we go. Oh, there's the Denny's. The pennies. That's what I said. I'm not sure what the deal is with the shimmering. I got all of the anti-aliasing and everything on. I think maybe I've anti-aliased it too much. Again, I'm open to suggestions for visual mods, not just ploppables and growables, but also just things that make the game look prettier. I have an absolutely killer video card, so that's not a big deal. Okay, hold on. That's who we're following. Going to work. So I guess going to the police station. I guess... Yep. Yep. Noble Gases is a cop. Confirmed. Oh, wait. No, going home. Wait, what? That was, like... I get that cops are unionized, but that was, like, the world's shortest working day ever. What the hell was that? You just got in. You're like, okay, I'm going home now. I mean, seriously. Come on. Oh, yeah, when we get back, I'll rename your car. This is fun, though. Just watching this game go by is fun. I really enjoy this. And let's see. There's the cinematic... I mean, the full-screen camera. This, honestly, this looks like a town I wouldn't mind living in. If I were a yokel. Not sure why she parked all the way down the street. Looks like your car is already gone and probably went to work. Huh. That was weird. Okay. I need to put down some more residential zoning. Let's go ahead and put the infill here. That was always the plan. And... here to about there, make sure there's water enough, marginal, electricity enough, marginal, but so far so good. You just know there's a lot of demand when everything immediately starts to fill out. And I think we got some worker shortages here. That's always a problem. That's kind of why I put down the residential areas around it, because it makes it easier for these guys to find workers, and the agriculture always needs uneducated workers. So this zone doesn't have any schools. This isn't a huge deal, though. I built a bunch of them at once, and it'll probably balance out eventually. But I'll just put in a little more living space. And hopefully it'll clear up. So let's see, there's demand for industrial, but we're having a bit of a worker shortage. There's demand for... I really need like a mod for walls or more artificial slopes, because I don't like the way this looks. The things built up against slopes just don't look good. I mean, this is a perfect example here. It's ugly. That should be an artificial wall or something, just a retaining wall. But I'll see if I can find a plugin for that. So, like a main commercial district, right? I don't think I want that here. I think this area isn't big enough. I think that'll end up being the next map section. I'm also not entirely sure, but I think there might only be 9 tiles on this map. I may have chosen a fairly small map. I'll bet you commercial would work just fine here. I don't think commercial is affected too much by pollution. So I'm thinking that won't be an issue. Okay, let's check traffic. I've been meaning to check in on the traffic situation. Again, it's all just fine. The single busiest road in the entire town is this right here. And there's just not much going on here, so that's really not a concern so far. And when it is, we'll start putting in some buses, and I do want to play with the more elaborate transit systems. Like the cable cars, for example, will be fun here. We might do ferries along the coast and have different population centers around here, and just have a ferry ply up and down the coast. Obviously, subways and buses. The monorail is really fun, too. The monorail just looks good. So my plan is, I'm not going to... Oh, water supply? Oh, not a supply issue. I just didn't put down a water line. There we go. So my plan is to only play this on stream, or maybe I'll do some YouTube videos on it. But I won't be playing this one unless I'm streaming. So... you know, in a week or maybe in a couple days, depending on whether I'm in the mood and anybody shows up, I might work on this little town some more. If anybody's interested, I know you need to have all of the mods and stuff. Yeah, I was thinking YouTube might be better for City Skylines because you can fast forward through it, but it's not like the last 2 hours I've been doing nothing for a lot. So honestly, I guess it's kind of okay. It's not exciting, obviously. It's not a game that has the sheer raw terror of Minecraft. But I enjoy this. This is restful. And I play this game very much to relax. Sometimes I don't even do anything. I'll just load it up and maybe tweak things, plop down some trees, and just watch the city go by. I wish these trucks didn't take the dirt roads. They're not really meant for that. I mean, I can always upgrade them to not dirt roads. But I like the way they look. I feel they fit in with the theme here. I also wish you could, you know, limit buildings in areas like this to buildings that look appropriate. Although most of this looks okay, actually. Even the little commercial zones look pretty much like they fit, but things like this kind of don't fit in. You don't really expect apartment buildings between your agricultural areas. Oh, I was thinking I could make the save games available for download, but you'd have to have all of the expansions if you wanted to play around with them. So that could work. If anybody is interested, I'll look into that. Publishing the saves. Yeah, so this area turned out being like fast food road. There's a Denny's here and a Mr. Burger, and yeah. But still, it seems to be fine. They don't seem to mind the pollution too much. That's filling out just fine. We only have 11 corpses in our cemetery, and let's see, our landfill is 36% full, so hopefully we'll unlock the incinerator soon. This one's not full at all. Making an extra $3,700 a month. We got good money. Population is growing. Not a bad start. All right, folks, that's going to do it for today. Phoenix, thank you for watching. Everybody else, assuming there isn't everybody else, thank you for watching. I'm going to do this again soon. I'm going to come back to this town. We'll pick up right where we left off. All right, guys. Y'all take it easy. Thank you very much, and I'll see you next time.